This was a good show. Dexter's Lab. Shut up. It was Courage. Courage was the best. Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show, starring Courage, the Cowardly Dog. Abandoned as a pup, he was found by Muriel, who lives in the middle of nowhere, with a husband Eustace Bag. Damn, look at Alex. His damage is kind of high. His DC is also kind of high. This is a really interesting matchup because the characters actually play pretty similar. Like, really similar. It's just that Elena trades all of Alex's damage for neutral. So it's characters with, like, very good mix-ups and very, very short combos. Except one of them has super, super good hitboxes and, like, you know, um, like, better pokes and whatnot. Just better ability to control space in general. And the other one just does, like, 3 times the damage. It ends up being, like, pretty even. I think Elena wins, but not by a whole lot. But it's just really weird the way it plays out. I think there's a juggle there, but he didn't get it. I don't know what it would have been. Nice punish. Oof, that did so much. That super's not that strong, but you know. The real problem with that super is there's Alex can't do normal special super. I've mentioned this before, or rather, in order to do it, he has to Brainy X. If Alex could do light chop into super, he'd be a much better character. That's like the one change that would take to make Alex like mid tier. Light chop into super 2 being a combo, but unfortunately, light chop doesn't cancel. Only medium EX and hard. Every other chop. He might have been able to do another spinning beat. If you get the opponent high like that with the hits and they're like, you know, above you, you can often do another spinning beat the other way. It looks really whack, but it works. I'd say Alex's best button is probably medium kick. I would say in a vacuum, Alex's best button is probably towards medium punch. But it doesn't do anything. It only controls space. They weren't. I feel like they weren't really sure of how strong command grabs would be, or parries. It feels like Alex was designed around parry into chop, which is a lot less practical in. It's a lot less practical than it sounds. Parry into chop sounds quite good when you've got similar characters like Hugo doing parry into clap, or Q doing parry into command grab. Slump super cancel would be a meme because it would take an unsafe attack and make it more unsafe, and it would also not combo on hit. It would be an extremely dank meme. The only thing it would maybe be good for is blocked stomp into Super 3 as like a reset. And that would actually probably be pretty good. Nice. Say medium, close medium kick is a better normal than close medium punch, or I should say just medium punch since it doesn't have ranges. Just because it hits crouchers. And I think it does a smidge more damage as well. It also lets you confirm a lot more easily. Towards strong is pretty good. Low strong is okay. Street Fighter 5 players would think that low strong in this game is a lot better than it is. It's not his best poke in this game. It's not even in top 3 pokes. Top 3 pokes are probably far medium kick towards medium punch, and I don't know. Maybe it is top 3 pokes. Whiffed stand medium punch. Alex's air normals actually all have a decent amount of use. I shouldn't say all, but like I see jump jab, I see jump strong, I see jump fierce, I see jump roundhouse. So that's like 4 right off the bat. Oni can really go either way. Evil Ryu, almost always people pick Ultra 2. Evil Ryu, he can land either Ultra in almost every scenario, but Ultra 2 does more damage on the ground. So they do like pretty similar damage on an airborne opponent. So you've got one Ultra that does like 200 more damage after a focus attack, but in every other context they're like the same. There's like a couple little reasons to use Evil Ryu's Ultra 1, but it's really not too worth fussing about. Oni, his Ultras actually have like pretty different setups. You can do Shoryuken FADC Ultra for either one, and they'll end up being about as good as each other. Medium Kick goes further than Crouch Medium Punch, which is important in this game. Reversal. That's kind of a weird thing to list. Reversal normals are maybe not even a thing at all in this game. Anti-air medium punch, crouch medium punch is not that good at all. Pressure maybe. Tick not really. It has a lot of pushback. Alex doesn't really have a tick besides lights. And even then, it's usually just close jab. Ooh. Evil Ryu Ultra 2 is a lot more viable than Ryu Ultra 2, mostly because it does more damage in juggles. That's like the only significant difference. But that's a huge difference, because you'll be landing it in juggles 90% of the time. Alex far stand medium kick is his best normal for poking and stuff, by like a margin. Oh, Air Ultra 1. Yeah, I mean, technically there were some combos into it, but they weren't practical at all. Like, if you got a counter hit EX slash, you could, like, juggle into an Air jetpack into a Ultra 2. I mean, Ultra 1 midair. And for the record, it did really good damage, but, you know, it's just a meme combo. When are you even going to get an EX slash, and wouldn't you do, like, a more practical, wouldn't you do a more consistent thing when you did get it? Oh, that dizzy? Yep. Oh, Elena players suck. No surprise there. Remington. He didn't want to punish because he didn't want to eat the follow-up. There's like an OS punish, but I don't really know that much about how to do it. I don't know the specifics, but I think you can block the first two hits of Elena's EX Spin Scythe, and then the follow-up hits are Blue Parry. So you can like block two hits and then tap forward and then do a punish. Something like that. But it's hard to do because by the time you would be parrying, she's already like recovering. So I think it ends up being quite precise to actually still get the punish. Something like that. I don't know. Different characters punish it differently too. Elena's short! That combo normally doesn't work, but Elena gets hit late by that universal overhead. Crouching Elena... It's not crouching Elena only, but it's like crouching Elena, Oro, and Chun-Li, I think. Alex's good buttons depend very heavily on the matchup. Honestly, Alex's best way to play is probably to hold up forward and mash parry. I don't think Makoto. It has to be spaced on a lot of characters. It technically works on everyone, but usually it only works by being a certain distance away. But it works point blank on Oro, Chun-Li, and Elena. Makoto's not so small when she's crouching. I think the twins are smaller. I'm pretty sure Indestructible is copyright footage. Remy can throw low booms. Behold the low booms. Okay, never mind, he threw a high one. Remy can't do anything in any damn matchup. Remy's a character who's already not that good and then falls apart at the highest level of play. Even the really cool things that Remy can do, other characters can often do. Elena's mid-tier placement is kind of misleading. Because although she is mid-tier, that's a pre-jump. Even though Elena's mid-tier, she bullies a lot of... Oh my god! This Remy player is Jesus. I'm scared. Oh my god. I think that was empty jump throw that got beaten by cold blue kick. Anti-air cold blue kick is so fucking trash. That was nuts. Elena could have hit any normal and just won. But he was afraid. He was jumping in parrying. When you're down a lot, you need to make some plays. This is Barignan. And that Remy made some plays. There's an important lesson in that, to be honest. He who hesitates is lost. Carpe diem. Something like that. If you don't, you need to be ready to make the comeback. You need to make the plays that allow for a big comeback if you want to make a big comeback. Sometimes it's like, you know, I could just lose here, or I could do something nutty and win. Who dares wins. Yeah. There you go. That's what we just saw. We just saw who dares wins. Did you guys see recently that there was a new thing discovered in Street Fighter 3 not so long ago? On the Gill stage, behind the backdrop, is a Doraemon above the timer. But you can't normally see it because it's behind the backdrop. So if you remove the backdrop using like a ROM disassembly kind of thing, you will be able to see a Doraemon there. Tell me that's not some wild shit. The people who animated this game fucking animated the Doraemon. It's not part of anything, it's just floating there, in the air. Look at that zoning. That was a perfectly played Elena. That whole round was Elena played to her highest level. That is what good Elena looks like. It's a certain kind of zoning. It's a weird zoning because she doesn't actually try and like keep that much space from you. She wants to be kind of close to you. That's it, dude. We just saw this is what a counter pressure character is. This is a counter pressure character played perfectly. Watch the way Elena plays. She's not really trying to open up Makoto. It's more that she's trying to punish Makoto for trying to open her up. That was an attempt at an open up. Elena's entire pressure right now is literally like reliant on Makoto trying to do something. If Makoto was trying to do nothing, this kind of pressure would fall apart. There's nothing offensive about whiffing back hard kick. There's nothing offensive about jump back fierce. This is a cool character archetype that isn't super common anymore. It's very hard to explain. It's not like whiff punishes are impossible in this game either. In fact, Makoto with Harihayate can actually get some whiff punishes pretty readily. Elena, yeah, Elena's like putting up normals that if Makoto tries to attack in a certain way at that time, she'll trade unfavorably. I shouldn't say trade, since normals of different strengths can't trade in this game. You'll have shit like that back roundhouse, or was that roundhouse? Raw beating Makoto low forward. Anti-air parry into car throw. Low profile the jump. Whew. That was a hard read. Nice punish. Oh my god, that stun, look at it. It's all racking up. When I play Elena, whoa, it's gonna hit. The first two hits are like all the damage of that super. When I play Elena versus Shadows, I just low strong whenever I see a whiffed Tatsu. This Elena planer did fucking stand roundhouse. Elena no sure you can Kawaiso Dana, I think he said. That means something along the lines of Elena's uppercut is pathetic. Nice. That's a hard question to answer. I don't know. Probably like SD or something. EX fireballs aren't so bad in this game, but the regular fireballs are a bit more questionable. The regular fireballs are just kind of bad from Shotos about 80 or 90% of the time that you see them. They should have just not existed at all. Regular fireballs from Aura are pretty good. Aura's got a fireball where most of the lag is at the startup rather than the recovery. The fireballs don't come out super fast, but they do recover pretty quick. They also come out really far from his body. It'd be like, what if Ryu's fireball like appeared halfway between you and him every time he threw one, and you didn't see it until then? He can't get an. Oh wait, what is this? She only got hit twice. Some unusual property of Elena. Tricky. He could have just jump in stomp was an overhead. But he also could have done land without stomping into low short, and that would hit on the same frame and be a low. Very hard to react. I don't know if there's any differences between the fireballs of the Shotos in this game. I would estimate, if there are differences at all, that Ken has the worst one and Ryu probably has the best one. But I don't actually know if they have any different frames at all. They might just all be identical. And I'm pretty sure Ken and Ryu's EX fireballs are near identical too, despite the fact that Ryu's has like a fiery effect. They actually function pretty much the same. They both knock down. They both do pretty similar damage. They both have pretty similar startup and recovery, I think. Air Fireball is by far the best of any of them. If you're going to count Air Fireball, then yeah, it's the best. Air Fireball is one of the best fireballs in this game, which isn't saying a whole lot. Oof. How about that? Learn something about the world. Um, Remy's like low. Remy's notable because there's only been pretty much one player who's ever done well with him. We can watch some footage of that player in a minute if you want. We can take a break from this footage to watch some fucking Pyro. Across all the time this game has ever been played, Remy has had almost the least success of any character. The only characters I can think of who have had even less success are Sean and 12. Honestly, there are more good 12 players nowadays than there are good Remy players. 12 might legitimately be better than Remy. Speaking purely in terms of like, I don't know, like if you're talking in terms of matchups, 12 is worse than Remy. But if you're looking at like just success, 12 has done a lot better than Remy. That's Remy in a nutshell. Remy plays a heavily normal-based game. The fireballs do just give the opponent meter, but they also control space. So it's like, yeah, you're conceding that you're giving the meter if they just wait and block. But as long as they're waiting and blocking, you're successfully wasting time and frustrating them. And probably getting some errant damage here and there if you're doing it well. The occasional successful projectile. The problem is that having the occasional successful projectile relies on either, or I should say it relies on both you having perfect charging. Nice. And it also relies on you spending EX. This is East versus West, yeah. Ooh, that happens to Elena sometimes. Super 1 is a little bit more consistent about actually connecting after the low strong, but unfortunately Super 1 has less range. So basically, for both Super 1 and Super 2, if the opponent's a certain distance away, you won't combo into your Super. Which is just a weakness of Elena. Shima. Remy has a relatively easy time compared to most characters flustering the opponent into jumping. And Remy has, I would actually say, pretty good anti-airs compared to most of the cast. Remy's got a lot of freedom about having anti-airs. Crouch Fierce is actually a pretty good catch-all button, albeit it's very, very weak to parry. And if the opponent's doing jump and parry, you've actually got a decent number of things you can do to make their life miserable. And if Crouch Fierce works, you actually get some pretty good damage. Ooh, he's being nutty. What is this? Oh, Remy got thrown. I was expecting Chun-Li to get thrown. Remy gets a combo into stuff in the corner on Chun-Li. That's immune to throws, but, you know, super, super risky. Probably immune to hits, too, for EX Flash Kick, I think. I think all versions are immune to throws, but don't quote me if Flash kick. Chun-Li is a fat whore. Jump Fierce causes a float state on air to air. So you get juggles into Crutch Fierce and or Cold Blue Kick and or Flash Kick. I don't think I've seen anything like that. That sounds kind of cool. He had a stand medium kick there. He could have comboed a super, but it's good that he didn't because he wants to save his meter in this round. But he could still lose. A single successful super will put him in a 50-50. I was expecting both of those jumps to end in a fucking flash kick. Remy can't throw fireballs against Chun-Li with super, so he's got to play a very particular way, which is good for him because, you know, look at the timer. He can actually run down this 30 seconds. Not that was charge partition. Forward dash, EX flash kick. Let's be real, who's going to expect that? No one. Oh, that was a taunt. Remy's taunt is impossible to get off safely. That was a pop-off. But, you know, see how it falls apart. The unfortunate thing about Remy is that he's got a car grab that's pretty good. It's off of towards medium kick. But it's basically impossible to do that car grab into neutral throw. And neutral throw is the one you can combo out of. Because you're doing it from towards medium kick, you're almost always going to get the towards throw. Remy has 3 throws. Was it? Yeah, I think it was 2 dashes into EX flash kick. That's not actually significantly harder, but it is pretty tits. Yeah, it was 2 dashes. So that's harder to partition. Alright, where were we? He just won. He who dares wins, dude. Wake up down towards the roundhouse is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Hakan is the hardest character for me to rate besides maybe DiCaprio. I have no idea where Hakan's tier is. It's a fucking mystery. After this, don't let me forget, we'll watch some Piero, who is a rather good Remy player. The thing is, Piero, he still plays, but he mostly played a long time ago. And any footage from a long time ago is a little bit outdated because the way people fundamentally play this game has changed quite a lot over the years. I could like spot footage and tell you about when people were playing. Worst SF character in history. I really don't like either Honda's gameplay design or his visual design. I've never really liked the World Warriors. Or rather, some of them are okay. Some of them are so good and some of them are so awful. I don't like Blanca's visual design that much, but I at least acknowledge that he's extremely unique. He's like that. He's like one of the earliest examples of that in a fighting game. He probably is the earliest example of like the wacky character where it's just like, who or what is this creature? Flash kick be down parried? Yes, I think so. About 80% sure. Same with Shoryuken. Shoryuken can also be down parried for all of the Shotos. Guile is good. I don't really like Sim, but at least he offers something extremely unique. But like usually Sim kind of I don't like Sim. Usually Sim creates something really awful for the game he's in. That was a nice little level parry sequence. Zangief is just fine. The thing is, I like the Zangief clones more than I like Zangief. I like Hugo a lot more than I like Zangief. I maybe like Abigail more than I like Zangief. I like, I probably like Hakan more than I like Zangief. I don't know. I don't like Zangief's special moves. I don't like Lariat. I don't really like Green Hand. I don't like SPD. Well, I do like SPD, but like, you know, it's I don't know. I actually do like DJ. I like DJ's gameplay style and I like his personality. Visually, he's pretty cool too. I think all of Remy's super can be down parried, but don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure all of it. I like Guile a lot. Guile's like the best World Warrior to me. It's like Guile, then gameplay wise, it's like Guile, then Chun-Li. No, Guile, then Ryu, then Chun-Li, I guess. Visually, it's probably Chun-Li, then Ryu, then Guile. But like those are the clear winners to me. Those are from Class A World Warriors. Elena's one of the characters. There's like 3 characters in the game where you can hit them on the ground with Fukiage. Or it might be 2. Dudley's one of them as well. Fukiage does quite a lot of damage if you can hit a grounded opponent with it. Fukiage is a really shitty move. Ooh. It might work on Hugo too, I don't remember. Fukiage is pretty fucking rewarding to land. I think a Fukiage on a grounded opponent into the follow-up air combo does more damage than a jumping combo, which is kind of neat. People don't just do it because it's swaggy, they also do it because it's powerful. Alex, might be Alex, that sounds right. Rip this 12. How's he alive? There it is. That is he. 12 technically could have shaken out of that, but it would have taken some world-class mashing. Most of 12 animations are great. I really like 12's time over loss, where he like shrivels up. Is that his time over loss? That might be his cherry tap, actually. The one where he shrivels up and tips over. I think he has 2 different shrivel up animations. I think he has one for time over and one for cherry tap. Let's confirm. Combos into Super 1 and 12's only powerful combos, and they're not even that powerful. Oh. It's all actually, I mean, Street Fighter 3 actually doesn't have that many female characters. It's got 4 in a roster of 19. Chun-Li, Elena, Makoto, and Ibuki. And let's be honest, that's more like 3.5. Three and a half cute girls. Ah! EX dive is -2. Oh, fuck 12. Fuck Chun-Li. Chun-Li's cute. Makoto's just half a cute boy. Makoto's one half cute boy, one half cute girl. That parry, he chose not to super, for better or for worse. He's trying to make it so he only uses the super if it kills. But having a successful super gives you a 50-50, so it might fuck him over in the end. Drew low shorts, that only works real close. Yeah, the normal versions just bounce off you. I can stand medium kick them without moving, and I think I can walk in strong them. 12 makes a noise when he air dashes, so you know when he's air dashing if he's invisible. EX, I'm pretty sure that's unless you like red parry the second hit, and even then I don't know. EX needle is safe on block, or safe on parry even, I should say. EX needle has most of the startup. Most of the animation is the startup rather than the recovery. Fugu. This is the other Oro. 12 can just walk under fireballs, but it's better for him to parry them because he gets meter. When you have your character have some super unique and useful. Look at that punish. That was almost optimal. Positionally, it was optimal. EX dive, EX needle, EX axe. 12's EX moves are not horrible apart from their pitiful damage and the fact that you can't combo into any of them. Except EX axe, which does like one hit if you combo into it. But in terms of like utility, in terms of 12 actually wanting to use his EX moves, all three of his EX moves are actually pretty good. Nice. I haven't seen that juggle in a long fucking time. Anti-air axe juggles into Super 1. I actually forgot that was a thing. It's been that long since I've seen it. The main reason 12's pick Super 1 is because you can actually land it. Super 2 is really hard to land. Yeah, it's like a Necro struggle, except Necro has other shit that he can do. Necro doesn't have to spend meter, but 12 I think does have to spend meter. Super 2 is hard to land, dude. You can do stand medium kick, super jump, cancel Super 2, but that's hard as balls. And I don't think it confirms in and of itself. It might. That was actually an optimal punish. The thing about EX Needle is that it's not super rewarding, but it's almost never a bad idea. You will very rarely get punished for an EX Needle. It does some chip. It can hit. It does okay damage when it hits. It low profiles. It tracks. Yeah. I mean, we just saw that combo like a couple times. That's one of its main confirms. It's also very common to do crutch like hit, cancel to light axe, and then confirm that into Super 1. It probably does a smidge more damage, but emphasis on a smidge. I think you can also stick a stand jab in there if you really want to. I think 12 can do like cut short, stand jab, Super 1. But you wouldn't, but I think you can. You can also, I think, do 3 low shorts into Super 1. Maybe not actually for 3. That is parryable, but if you attempt to parry it, Ryu can fuck you up. This is Vanao. Vanao is considered to be one of the better Ryu players in the world. He's very aggressive, and he often runs Denjin, but maybe he doesn't like it in this matchup. 12 can low profile it by walking, so that might be something. I don't know. He can probably also Super 1 it. I wouldn't be surprised if 12 wake up Super 1 beat Denjin. Vanao doesn't fuck around with the other supers that much, so I'm kind of surprised to see him picking Super 1 here. Super 1 is definitely good against, I mean Super 3 is definitely good against Oro, so this is just Vanao playing Super 1 Ryu. Vanao is really good, if there's anything Vanao is good at, he's really good at landing parry into Crutch Fierce EX Donkey. He's very attentive to when he can do that, and that is one of Ryu's biggest strengths. What player has the best fireball game? In this game? That's a hard question to answer. Probably like the best player of a character with an actual functional fireball. The English version fixes a few bugs, I think, and also introduces a few bugs, I think. But chances are they're probably going to be using something pretty similar to the, ooh, neat. But now it might be one of the better fireballs in this game, but that doesn't mean much. You lose a ton of hits off of Ryu Super throwing it through that booger, I think. Well, I lost 3 there. That was cool to use the Super to dodge the mix-up, though. Of all Street Fighter's history, probably legitimately Daigo. Comes to my mind immediately. Yeah, people do talk about John Choi. I don't know enough about John Choi to say yes. Despite the fact that Ryu's EX Fireball is 2 hits, it removes 3 hits from Oro's Super. Don't ask me why. It might be a property of Oro's Super, it might be a property of Ryu's EX Fireball. I don't know which. But I know that Ryu's EX Fireball removes 3 hits. Despite being a 2-hit projectile. See that stay medium punch just whiffing? Alex is a nice character. It's a satisfying feeling when someone throws a close range red fireball and you double parry it. It's like, yeah, what a bitch. Double parrying 2-hit fireballs is just fun in general. This game is just fun. This game is just fun to play. The mere act of doing the things you do is fun. That one Evo where he ran Yun, huh? I mean, he did, but he played Yun for like that whole year. It's like a year of playing Yun. Like, yeah, he played him at Evo, but, you know, for like most of AE, he was playing Yun. He tried to red parry that, but now, I saw that. There's no reason you would get hit by the second hit of that unless you were going for a red parry. That's safe, but it's unsafe if the second hit's red parried, and the red parry is always at the same window. That was a bad overhead. It might have been an accidental parry. He might have just tried to, he might have decided at the last second to do a towards strong. And then as he does towards strong, Alex, it's a normal. Was that really a confirm? What the fuck? I've never even seen that. I know that Ryu's far strong cancels, but getting a close range far strong, I think it was 2011. Daigo played Yun. Yeah, look at that. Pew. Oh my lord. Papa Neko. This must be Nakamura. That whiff punish. Or rather, that priority. The buffered normal. The empty cancel. That was some clean shit, dude. This is a good Dudley. This is some killer Dudley. Chances of me playing Okami HD at all are pretty low. I played Okami on PS2 and I wasn't that fussed on about it, to be honest. What a joke. Dudley can still lose this. Oof. That was like mildly risky, but no more than mildly. The full parry was required to not die there, and the full parry was a very precise timing. And the full parry into max damage punish would not have killed. Daigo, Fudo, Infiltration, Shen, Luffy, Momochi, if memory serves. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. They were smart about how they toned characters down, but they weren't smart about how they toned characters up. Okay, they weren't smart about how they turned Sean down. But when you look at the nerfs were actually done relatively intelligently. Dudley was top tier, and he went down to like high. Um, I think Twins were top tier, and they went down to top tier, but still good. Akuma was top tier and went down to like high. I think that's another really good example. Ibuki was top tier, and she went down to like mid. They're really smart about how they nerfed characters. What's all these Remys? Yeah, the Makoto struggled to punish that low forward even though she parried it. He had to burn bar to kill there, I think. But he probably shouldn't have. Remy's not really a comeback character. There's no reason to burn bar to kill him. Notwithstanding that Remy comeback we saw earlier. Nice. Okay, it does work on Makoto. Take it all back. Makoto's short enough. Fun fact, universal overheads have different plus frames depending on who's doing them. Despite the fact that they claim to be universal overheads, and despite the fact that in about 99% of the ways that they work, they're the same between all characters. The one big thing that changes is universal overheads will have a different amount of plus frames. Some universal overheads with perfect meaty timing are only like plus like 3 or 4, I think. And some are like up to like plus 7 or 8. It's something like that. Bye, Spigo. That looked like parry into 360, but Makoto empty jumped and then hit a button during the 360. That looked like delay. I saw that. I think he was trying to fake a 360. He was trying to fake a 360 motion, and then he did a crouch light kick, trying to catch the jump away. Truly mastered their character. Probably a few. IS Gyan in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, the Dawson player. Truly mastered their character. It's hard to say. Someone who's hit the ceiling. It would need to be a game with a very hittable ceiling. Or maybe not hittable, like maybe not very hittable. IS RX Urian. Urian's ceiling is so fucking high that RX doesn't even hit it. That was a really cool super. I wonder if he did that on reaction to the super freeze. Probably not. It turns out Mastered Q is a Q who just doesn't use any of Q's useless tools. And what's left is absolutely nothing, which is what Kuroda plays. Kuroda plays a walking absolutely nothing. Oh, he had a crutch face there, I think. I don't know, he'd already used up a lot of hits mirror, so I understand why he was apprehensive. Combo there was kind of weird, so he wasn't ready for it. It was like EX tackle or something. I'm not even 100% sure if Urian can do stand strong into regular tackle in this game. I imagine he can. It should work. pretty sure low short into tackle works, so stand strong into tackle should work too. Me, I have hit the highest skill ceiling, and I did it with Peter. Not only did I play Peter the highest level that he can be played at all, but I also played Peter at the highest level of any human on Earth. Neat. Nice little red. Machi. Look at that punish. I'm about 80% sure that was a punish. Tackles have quite a lot of recovery frames, but they recover quite far away. So you need something that covers a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. Shoulder left forward probably does it. Look at that. Saw he was getting parried, canceled the DP. What a hero. Match is something else. He plays real well. That was not the punish. Well, that probably was the punish. Nice, red! Akuma can teleport out of this setup, so it's like a meme setup against him. Well, it's not. It's still good. It's still worth pursuing. Forcing someone to try and hit the reversal window is something that's very feasible, since reversals are not free in this game. They are one frame. But it's not that hard to find that teleport out, I don't think. Oof. But technically speaking, Akuma has a reversal against Meteor, which allows him to dodge Ooh. It was EX Mirror! Very cool. EX Mirror is the one that beats if you get parried from your tackle and you cancel the mirror, EX Mirror will interrupt anything they do other than the throw that they've already done. Neat. Get parried, reaction cancel to teleport away. That's whack as hell, but it works. Nice combo. He commented to the EX up mirror on a grounded opponent, then used crouch jab as a link. And then canceled the EX headbutt, which is a launcher. It's Urian's other launcher. Urian can launch from crouch fierce, but he actually has a secret launcher from EX headbutt. EX headbutt is not a reversal in this game. A lot of people don't really seem to know about that as a launcher, but it's quite good. There's a lot of scenarios where Urian can't easily get, either because of the range or because of the timing, he can't easily get crouch fierce as a punish. That was odd. Like a good example is after blocking Hugo Super, I think, or Ken Super. It can be kind of hard to get that crouch fierce as a punish. Akuma's teleport in 3 is fully invincible from frame 1 to all grabs and all hits. After at the end of his teleport, you can hit him and it's a guaranteed punish with grabs or hits. However, in this game, if you do any super, including supers that don't have a hitbox like Elena's healing, it will instantly cancel Akuma's teleport and put it in the lag at the end of the teleport. Like, you know how normally you complete your teleport and then you've got your recovery and then you recover. That's it. You know, there's like a little period where you're punishable. If you do any super during Akuma's teleport, it will instantly put Akuma in that little punishable period. So if like Akuma's teleporting at any point during the animation, Chun-Li does like Super 2, Akuma will stop teleporting and recover in place, and then Chun-Li Super 2 will hit him. All supers cancel teleport. Yeah, technically speaking, you can do crouch jab and TX headbutt and stand strong and TX headbutt. Stand strong is a little precise to do, but it's actually a super, super useful tool. Oh, off of it. Yeah, it's a nice launch. What is this event that everyone's met up for? Why is that movie here? Are we gearing up for Capcom Cup? I mean, Co-op Cup? Alright, so who's this fucker called? Piero? Piero versus Various. Let's get a download on what the hell's going on. This is some old footage, 2007. Value block, I remember being subbed to this guy. I'm probably still subbed to him, I am. Only 1.6k subs. That's whack to think how long has this guy's existed and how many views his videos have. This is some before the dawn of time footage. This footage was uploaded before Street Fighter 4 came out. Did someone say the Remy 5 versus the Necro 5? That sounds grainy as fuck. I don't want to listen to it. Did someone say a team of 5 Remys versus a team of 5 Necros? Did anyone say that? Random forward dash is very common in Remy play. I've never liked it much, but I understand its necessity. Anti-air close roundhouse is kind of cool. Cold blue kicks are kind of whack to punish. Like, frequently I block a cold blue kick and then try and punish with stand strong, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's based on the version of cold blue kick. I think I can punish some of them with stand strong, but not all. Yeah, that or it's just really, really precise the time. And cold blue kicks also work like Kenny Spiral Arrow, where the more distance they travel, the safer they are, I think. To make it that much harder. That's a borderline touch of dizzy on Remy. In fact, there probably is a variation of that combo that makes it touch of dizzy. You can get stand strong here, do it, do it, do it. Oh, jab. It might not, stand strong might not work on Remy. But jab does for sure. What a cool series of matchups. Shika Robin. This is Uni. I've seen him before. He's quite a good Necro player. I like that jump short to prevent the Remy from crossing under. Remy, upon blocking that, might not block the right way. That can be a combo on crouching opponents. Necro has no cancelable heavy. Well, maybe one of his heavies cancels the super, I'm not sure. But you don't see it. That's like quite a common thing in this game. A lot of characters, I should say about half the cast has no cancelable heavy. And there's a few characters who have no cancelable medium, which is a bit weird. I don't know if it's a few. Q only has cancelable back roundhouse, which is useless. I think back strong. I don't remember if back strong cancels or not. I don't think it does actually. Like close jab. Back hard kick super works, but it's not a cancel. Back hard kick from Necro has like a lot of plus frames. It's one of the only like super plus turn normals in this whole game. Um, Hugo has no cancelable medium and no cancelable heavy. Hugo's really weird because his combos are like special normal super instead of normal special super. Because you get the clap and then you get the links into normals. And then you cancel the super from there. Well, a lot of the time you just do clap into super. It depends on what you're trying to do. Hugo plays by different rules though. What? Put me back. Okay. Sekun. Give him the lick. Give him the old lickaroo. If you've never promised your girlfriend the old lickaroo, then you probably still have a girlfriend. Um, there's different option selects, but it's not like option selects don't exist. The thing about third strike is that um, you can never ever do the same thing, or not do the same thing. You can never ever be predictable, and option selects tend to allow for very like consistent play. But consistent play in this game will get you smacked. If someone knows what you're gonna do, you'll die. So there's a big emphasis in this game of occasionally doing something that might not be optimal, if only because it's harder to parry. Not that it's harder to parry, that they won't be ready to parry it. Or they'll get a slower download on what you're trying to do. But there are some option selects outside of... dude, what is this? Shut up. Why is it not playing? I just want to see Krabs fucking fight. Zarigani. Dude, how is this a real game? It's kind of loud. Look, now we missed some footage. We'll never know how that Necro won. Sincerely, Necro probably beats Remy. Even though Remy is a, quote, better character. Necro's had a lot more tournament success than Remy has. Oh my god, it's all throws. This is Muku Remy, who's probably the second best Remy I've ever seen, which isn't saying much. Because there aren't that many Remys. I don't know, he's the second best. I've seen a lot of him. He's quite good. Got nothing bad to say about Muku Remy. The stun is not a huge factor. It only affects him in a few matchups. Stun is not that big of a deal in this game because most characters will kill you without ever even getting a dizzy. A lot of Necro's normals won't link. I don't think back strong or back forward link after back roundhouse. But far strong does, for sure. He can do back roundhouse into far strong into super 3. I've seen that combo before. Nice punish. They link, but they don't hit. Yeah, exactly. They don't really link then, do they? Those would be the useful ones to land. I know you can go straight into EX spin punch, which is what most people do. Back roundhouse, link EX, hammer hook, or whatever. I forget the name of the move. That thing. I don't know if I know the name of a single necro move now that I mention it. Electricity. Interesting it here. That didn't matter if he was on the ground or midair, so it was good. Next hit kills for either character, perhaps. Not quite. Interesting. That was probably an accidental projectile. Remy's neat. He's not good, but he's neat. But if you look at him compared to Gal, I'd rather have Gal like 10 times out of 10. I like Remy's appearance at least. I think aesthetically, Remy is probably one of the best Street Fighters. He's pretty. He's nice to look at. His moves are kind of cool. I have a tiny gripe about his flash kick. When you look at Gal's flash kick, he kind of launches off with one foot and then has the other foot trailing. So he like kicks upwards with one foot and then he kicks up with the other foot. But Remy just moves both his feet at the same time and they stick together at the heels. And it's just like, what the fuck is this? Well, not at the heels. They stick together for like, you know, they're side by side. Remy just fucking flips both of his feet up at your face at the same time. For some reason, that's even more unrealistic than a regular ass flash kick. It looks a little bit sillier. I like the one-armed Sonic Booms though. They look nice. Cold Blue Kick is a little bit weird. It's not really like a real attack. It's not like something you would do if you were trying to hurt someone. Fat Croucher. I don't know. I don't know who the Fat Crouchers are. Q is moderately narrow when he's on the ground. He's extremely wide when he's in the air. You can always spot a fat character because Aura can do a jump over stomp and still hit them. With like the OTG stomp, the low stomp. He can't do that to Q, but one of the reasons he can't do it to Q is because Q's so damn tall. He can do it to Makoto, I think. Makoto has a moderately wide crouch, if I recall. Makoto's a big fatty. Lay off the donuts, Makoto. I have frozen peas in my... Okay, this is like unrelated. I was just going to talk about food. I have frozen peas in my freezer. And I have some nice carrots in my fridge. And I have rice in my pantry. And I just want to make some peas and rice and carrots. But I don't know if there's a trick or if I just need to prepare all three separately and then just put them all together. It'd be nice if I could just put the peas and the carrots in the rice machine. Or in the boiling water or fucking something like that. There's gotta be, like, that's such a common thing to eat. There's gotta be a trick to it. There's gotta be, like, some super easy way. Try Hugo shit. Got the link. Nasty. I just feel kind of silly, like, thawing some peas and cutting up some carrots and then fucking preparing rice and then just putting them all in the same bowl. There's something about that just doesn't feel right. It feels like there's got to be a way to streamline it. I've got to, like, prepare something that needs to be prepared, like, you know. Put the peas in the rice cooker. Probably like most of the way through. To be quite honest, just peas is a pretty nice meal for me. Not like it's extravagant for me, I didn't mean to imply that. But like, peas in and of themselves, I need nothing else to make peas good. That was a neat little juggle. So in this game, attacks that normally cause an air reset do not cause an air reset if the opponent is dizzy. So every attack has an inherent juggle amount that it adds to a juggle counter, and once the juggle counter gets to certain numbers, it'll cause the opponent to fall out. A lot of attacks would give you a number, and they do have a number, but they cause air resets. So whenever the stun happens, you can see the actual numbers adding up. So this is a Necros Super 3, I think, resets all juggle potential anytime it lands. Then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is usually the number you can build up to. If you're really precise hitting on the way up, you can get 7, but it's kind of hard to get more than 7. And that's assuming that all attacks inflict 1 on the 1 JP, which for all of those attacks they do. I have a rice cooker now. I just got one for my birthday. Um, I've heard that you can make pancakes in a rice cooker, and that gives you the world's fluffiest, tastiest pancakes. But I haven't done that yet. I got Bisquick in my pantry too. I don't know what else you need for pancakes. Maybe like milk or eggs or something. I don't know, fuck. I don't know what the batter is actually made of because I've never actually made pancakes. But now I could make some fluffy ass fuckers. Theoretically. I don't know. This is Piero, by the way. This is the best Remy, perhaps. I have a rice cooker with a steamer add-on. Oop, that's it. Nice parry, nice punish. You guys want to see one of my favorite matches of all time? Yuki Otoko versus Kuroda. Wow, I thought I would just find it like nothing. Alright, hold on. These aren't it. Oh wait, this might be it. That ain't my footage. Damn it, it's against an Akuma. It's on this stage. Hold on. This requires some investigation. not so easy to find. It might be in this set. No, I don't think it is. There's actually quite a lot of fucking Kuroda footage these days. Which makes it really hard to find the old shit. Hi. You caught me between. I've definitely seen this from at least 2 different uploads. Damn, I passed one of my videos. Whack. SF3, let's watch Kuroda's 2009 SBO run. Dominion is one of my favorite fucking fighting game players of all time, but he hasn't been making it work in Street Fighter V, which I understand because I haven't been making it work in Street Fighter V. Maybe it was this. This is really fucking recent footage. No, this is not it. Although I am mildly interested in it. If only there was some way to search the oldest first. Wait, that's probably possible. Man, whatever. Let me see if I can find it in one of these highlight videos I found. You think this would be easy to find? It's a good fucking video. There's like a 5v5 where he fights 5 players, and the second one is Yukio Toko. Oof. I passed like 5 videos of me. It's very easy to mix up Dominion and Kraymore since they are literally identical twins. And I think they play on the same account. As a general rule, I think that Dominion plays almost everyone that Kraymore plays. Because every now and then I see Kraymore. Every now and then, like between matches back in the day, I used to see like it would be like Kraymore played Guy and like Dominion would be on, like between matches, waiting for someone to come up. And he would be doing like Guy combos, and he had like the sickest, wackest fucking Guy combos. I was like, shit, is that Kraymore? But it wasn't. It was Dominion. Brings me back thinking about that stuff. Brings me back. ENP Diamond. Yomi Diamond was highest level of Diamond. Does anyone remember Vanilla when Dominion played Honda? I remember. Oh yeah, this game was clean. Why is the flow so much better? Turns make so much more sense. Every tool is so much more practical. Is it just because I'm more familiar, or is there something deeper? Mien. Yeah, I remember that Crutch Fierce. It's not like it's bad now, but it's different. Still really good. Look at that, that was a punish. Is that Michael Ross on the commentary? I had to like place that voice for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Who is that? Michael P. Ross. Michael Phineas Ross. Oof. It was over. There was no way to wake up from that. The X flash kick still would have lost. Close face into fire face is a link, I think. Looks really silly. Oh my lord. All the tools work in combination in this game. Good. That was a punish. Any can technically do better than that. Any character can, I shouldn't say any, but most characters can technically do better than that. Instead of releasing the level 1 focus stack, you can actually just dash in and then you're like plus some. I forget the amount. But you're plus enough to get a throw. Or a jab. And of course a jab leads to a lot of stuff in this game. Oni has a 3-frame crouch jab, I think. Four frames staying short. I think his sword jab is 3 frames too. But it might be 4. Might actually be 5, shit. I don't know. Nice. Anti-air, what the fuck? Oh! I used to dream about doing that shit. Is Dominion the best? That was medium. That might have been unsafe. That actually would have killed. That actually was a kill combo that he just dropped. Where did EMP go wrong? I don't know. I don't know if they ever went wrong. I don't know a damn thing about EMP. All I know is that there's dank memes about EMP being poor as fuck. Sponsor that can't even buy its players ramen. All I know is that Triforce is a moderately sketchy guy. It's kind of weird, but I don't remember how many plus frames Gal's upside down kick is in this game. This one kill. Wouldn't even get that close. Hard knockdown. What the fuck? What just happened? Everything. Literally every part of that. Remember old crouch medium kick? Not the new crouch medium kick is bad, but remember the old one? Gal, like, a lot of Gal works the same way. It's different, but it works the same way. Crouch medium kick from Street Fighter 5 is just a Street Fighter 5 version of his crouch medium kick in this game. You know what I mean? This is still winnable, but it's bad. Time to beta flash. I was thinking about that the other day. The left forward that we used to have. It lost like a few active frames. He gets the ultra here. He chose not to do it? What the fuck? That's hella whack. That's like definitely a good time to land that ultra. Alright, this is a great time to land that ultra. Dominion? Whoa, too far. It's weird that like so much of Ryu was so balanced, yet so much of Ryu just fully hinged on how good that normal was. It's also weird that they never actually buffed Ryu's Ultra 2, even though it was clearly defective for 4 games in a row. That's a medium slash on block. Isn't that like minus? I remember that being unsafe. EX DP 2 hits F80C Ultra 1 actually did like almost as much damage as the fucking Ultra 2 juggle they added. That's the nasty part. I wonder how true that is. I'm literally about to boot up the game just to look. Yup, guaranteed chip out. This is a good set. This is one of the best sets I've ever seen these two do. Charge the whole firewall. Gal can flash kick that at any point. Whew. Focus dash in is a pretty good response to a poke and a pretty good response to a fireball. Oh, he tries to here with towards Fierce, but that only works on empty jump. Oh no. That was such a sick punish too. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Smirt. That was wake up EX slash. EX slash is fireball immune for like its whole duration. Dizzy? How's that not dizzy? What the fuck? Gal's not even 1,000 stun. What is this fucking blurry footage? Oh my god, that's it. Clean.